In this short talk, I would like to talk about targeting an appropriate journal, which is a very important step in scholarly publication and academic writing. So for many scholars, especially novice scholars, the process of academic publishing starts with writing a manuscript and then finding an appropriate journal. But a better strategy would be to target your journal or journals before even starting to write your manuscript. So in this process, what you are expected to do as a scholar is to find some journals that are key high-impact journals in your discipline. And then there is different websites that you can go to. There is SciMago website, and also a very simple strategy would be to look at the literature that you are reading as a scholar and to see where that literature is published. And then those are the usually key journals in your discipline, or talk to more established members of your academic community, your supervisors, your professors, to see where they publish as established members of your academic community. And then when you find those journals, next step would be to go to the website of those journals and to look at their impact factor, to look at the medium in which, the language in which they publish their manuscripts, and then where they are indexed, because these are important factors in terms of whether a journal is a high impact journal or a prestigious journal or not. Look at editorial board of the journal. You may find some familiar names on the editorial board of the journal whose works you have read before, and also look at the editor or editors of the journal, because those are the key people, the gatekeepers that will look at your manuscript in the first place and then evaluate its merits for publication in their journals. So also a better strategy would be to look at the recent issues of the journal to see what kind of manuscripts they publish, what their focus is, because journals are different in terms of their focus, whether they publish conceptual papers or empirical studies, certain methodologies that they recognize or they don't recognize. You can find all that information in the guidelines for authors. So if you look at, and then journals publish different kinds of manuscripts. Some of them, many of them, they publish shorter manuscripts called, for example, perspectives or reviews, where the word count is much smaller than a full-length manuscript. And then by doing that, you're kind of preparing yourself. You're kind of doing some kind of research before deciding where you want to submit your manuscript. Another strategy would be to contact the editor of those journals, and also to send the abstract of your manuscript and say that you are considering publishing or submitting a manuscript to the journal, and here is the abstract, and then to pick their opinion on your manuscript, because it saves you a lot of time. Don't do this. You just submit your manuscript to a journal, and then so it may take a couple of months for the editor to look at your manuscript, depending on how established the journal is and depending on their backlog. And then it may get rejected, which actually wastes a couple of months. So you may want to contact the editors. And also, as I said, look at the editorial board, because when editors make an initial decision on your manuscript, basically they're looking for potential reviewers to look at the manuscript, and those reviewers are basically the members of their academic community. And if they can't find people who are suitable to review your manuscript, they'll send the manuscript to external reviewers. So another strategy that editors also take is they look at the people that you have referenced in your manuscript, and then based on that they decide who would be the most suitable reviewer for your manuscript. So another important thing is that targeting appropriate journals is very important, because it avoids falling prey to predatory journals, which are very mushrooming actually in current academia, and because novice scholars are under a lot of pressure to publish in high-impact journals. So if you look at the websites that I mentioned, SciMago, and also look at the websites of journals, looking at where they're indexed, what their impact factor is, how long they've been around. That helps you to make sure that this journal is a legitimate venue for your publication.